What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today's a trip. I saw a video that Joey did. Joey from Free from Frederick's Grove, right? He did a story on Manos Sosa, the brother of Babo Sosa, and I told Gunner, hey, you should check this video out, man. Because Gunner was also there when Manos decided to take his own life, right? And Joey had what he understood as the reason why it happened. And in talking to Gunner, Gunner has his understanding of why it happened. And Joey and Gunner both knew Manos, had met Manos. I had never met him. Never met his brother, Babo. But they're both from Santa Barbara, the city I'm from, right? And so I heard a version of why it happened. Now, the Sosa family, specifically Babo and Manos, those guys were pretty well known for a long time, especially in Northern California. Those names are known, right? Southern California, those names aren't really known too much, and they're from Southern California. And I remember I've been asked a couple different times, hey, were the Sosas like looked up to in Santa Barbara? And this video, in no way am I gonna disrespect the dead. But to answer the question honestly, no, there were actually a lot of people that didn't have a lot nice to say about them. And the reason why was because those guys chose to be a part of a different group, and not just be a part of it, but to be major factors in that other group. And their decision to be a part of that group and be factors in that group led to a lot of problems for anyone hitting the CDC from Santa Barbara County. Even if they didn't like the Sosas and what they were doing, it didn't matter. And so a lot of guys got really hurt. I will say that guys that I knew, guys that I did time with, that were Babo's age, that knew Babo on the streets, and his brothers, were in the county with those guys, they said, hey, dudes were not punks whatsoever. They just made a different decision, and that decision had a negative effect on everyone else. Now, getting back to what Joey had to say, and I know Gunner's doing by the time this video releases, Gunner will already have his video out. I haven't seen it. But like I said, I've spoken to Gunner. I talked to him this morning and told him, hey, I know you said you knew the dude, and he heard what Joey had to say, and he's going to say what he has to say. And I could say this. I remember hearing what had happened to Manos, the decision that he made, right? And I remember being told this, that the dude had been hustling for years. And he was sending money every chance he got. Anytime he could come up on some cash, he was sending the money out. And I guess his mom was taking care of the money for him. And his mom passed away. And when his mom passed away, other people in the family got a hold of his money. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm saying this is the story that was told. And it wasn't, 10,000, 5,000, 20,000. What I was told was it was probably $200,000 that he had saved up over his years incarcerated, sending that money home and having it for if they ever let him out, he'll be able to do something, right? He'll be able to be okay. And like I said, I don't know this to be true. Just like Joey doesn't know what he said as being true, Gunner can't say everything, that he was told was true. But the reality is, anytime anyone comes to the conclusion that right there is an option, that right there is a solution, they've lost all hope. They don't know how to find any happiness. And I've spoken about it a bunch of times. I lost my mother the same way. And in losing my mother that way, I had to read up on it. Because we can never make sense. Those of us that are left behind can never make sense of what happened. How our loved one got to that point. We always, man, why didn't they just let me know something? Because of the stigma that everyone puts on it. And because of the hopelessness that they feel. So I don't know the real reason why it happened. But I know that Joey had said it was because he had got denied for 5 more years. And when we think about a denial for 5 years, when you can petition to go back in 18 months, and you compare that to a permanent solution of no longer being on earth, it's like, damn, that's a small reason. And the version that Gunner got, that Manos losing his mom did it. As much as it hurts, and those of us who have lost our mother, we know how painful that is. But when comparing it to the permanent solution that he took, that he chose, it's like, damn. You could have got out at some point. You could have, done something and, become productive. I don't know. And then even if my version is right, that he lost, or somebody stole, I don't know. I don't want to say anything to be offensive to the family. I'm just repeating what I was told. Even that is not worth the permanent solution. I know there's people that watch my channel that have had that same thought because they've told me. And that's why I do these videos when I have an opportunity. Is to remind people. We've all been through tough times. We've all been through hard times. And when you're in the middle of it, it always feels like there's no way out. Things just kept getting worse. And then you get through it. Everything falls into place. And when you look back 6 months after, or 6 months down the line, or a year down the line, when you look back, you say to yourself, man, it wasn't even that bad, man. I made it worse by actions or the way I was thinking or whatever. And so anybody that has any kind of thoughts like that, just understand, man, in the middle of the storm, in the middle of the thick of it, whatever it is, yeah, things don't go your way. But we've been through this. We don't need to make a permanent solution for a temporary problem. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.